Hi, Ron. So today's video, what I want to talk about is why small businesses don't necessarily need management accounts. I'm just going to cover what management accounts are and also why you don't necessarily need to spend loads of money paying for them every single month, especially if you're a small business, because technology is changing now. A lot of accounting software is making management accounting in the traditional sense obsolete, and that's what I want to cover now. So, what are management accounts? Management accounts are accounts you look at every single month and they tell you how much profit you're making. The difference usually between management accounts and the profit and loss that you get as a default in Xero is that usually management accounts also include things like how much tax you've got to pay and then also your adjusted profit, because there's quite a few, often in Xero, the expenses that you can see in Xero are what you're physically paying out in cash. But quite often there's other expenses like your depreciation, interest costs, which you haven't paid out yet, certain costs and the bits of income that haven't gone out or come in yet, that if you reflected them, they would change your profit figure. So traditionally management accounts have an adjusted profit figure, so you get a better understanding of what your profit looks like if you factor in all these timing differences over a whole year. The challenge with management accounts in the traditional sense is they require a lot of interpretation and manipulation to do. And the reason I don't think that they're particularly relevant anymore is, especially on software like Xero, you can make estimates. Like if you think you're going to have a large insurance bill at the end of the year, for example, you can just get your accountant to put in a recurring figure estimate every month to cover part of that insurance bill. Or if you're going to have a load of depreciation, you could just get an accountant to put that figure in and get it to automate every single month. And then what will happen is you'll have a reasonably accurate, it will probably be like 90% as accurate if you automated it as if you just paid an accountant the hundreds of pounds every single month to actually just put those adjustments in and review all those adjustments. Don't get me wrong, there's some businesses that do need management accounts, especially larger businesses, more complex businesses. But what I'm seeing is because there's so many small businesses at the moment paying quite a lot for that service and actually not getting any value beyond what they would have got if they just had a basic level of automation in Xero and could just run the report themselves at a click of the button, then it's not good value for them. So one thing I'd say is, like, if you want to be a good accountant, or if you want to work with a good accountant, really what they should be doing at the beginning of the relationship, they should be structuring Xero so it gives you relevant information in a concise way. Less is more. So sometimes that includes condensing stuff down and amalgamating stuff so it's clearer what the numbers are rather than having hundreds of lines in your reports. So having an accountant that can actually just summarize all of that, put things in the right place so you understand what your gross margin actually is, what your net profit is, what your profit after tax, all that kind of stuff, what's available for dividends. That doesn't need monthly management accounting. That just needs someone to set it up properly at the beginning. And it doesn't cost a lot to do that. It takes us like half an hour to do that for our clients. And then they actually have access to useful information. It probably takes a little bit more than half an hour, but for something that's going to last them the whole life of their business, it's worth getting your accountant to put the energy in at the beginning so you're not paying those monthly costs consistently, which can run into hundreds of pounds every month. Why do that when you can have like 90 or 95% of the accuracy for free? Or at least a very small fee at the beginning. So that's what you should think about if you're paying for that, or if you do need more visibility over your business and you need something like that, then definitely get in touch with us and we can actually use the software that you've already got to actually get you much better results.